How about a decadent fruit sauce? Well, my friends, look no further than this. All roads lead to a cherry port sauce. With a fusion of cherries and Tawny Port, a dash of a few simple spices, this cherry dessert port sauce is definitely the way to go. Hello my friends, and welcome to the Sauce and Gravy channel. This is Johnny Mac, and we are going to dive into a decadent fruit sauce, a cherry port dessert sauce. Buckle up, let's go. Oh my goodness, my friends, I am so excited about this sauce. It is decadent, it is delicious, it is sweet, it just goes on anything. You could just eat this straight and you'd be super happy. So we're going to start off with some frozen cherries here, so I went ahead and threw it into the saucepan. Cook up that burner to medium heat. Then we're going to throw in a little bit of water. We don't want to scorch these cherries, so go ahead and throw in 1/4 of a cup of water into the old mixture. Then some Tawny Port. This is a nice sweet port. It's absolutely delicious, goes great with any sort of dessert sauce. Just brings a super delicious taste. Oh, I just can't explain it. You just have to try it. It's absolutely fantastic. You can use fresh cherries if you like, just make sure that you pit them. The reduction time for the sauce is going to be a little bit less because they're not frozen, but these frozen cherries, they're just as good. Add a little bit of sweetness to this, a little bit of sugar, granulated sugar, put it on in. Give it a little bit of a stir, just make sure that it's well incorporated. Okay, so once you've got all these guys mixed in really nicely and that sugar's starting to dissolve a little bit, time to throw in a little bit of spice, everything nice, a little bit of cinnamon, 1 cinnamon stick and 1 star anise. This will bring out some wonderful flavors. And for a little bit of zestiness, a little bit of lemon juice, this will help bring out those wonderful cherry flavors. It'll accentuate them so well, bring them out. And a little bit of butter, of course. Butter makes everything better. Throw in about 1 tablespoon of butter, in it goes. Make sure that you mix this all up really nicely. We're incorporating it well. We're still over medium heat here. You don't want it too high. You don't want to burn anything, so you don't want to scorch these berries. Alright, now time to add a little bit of another dimension, a little bit of vanilla. This just makes everything taste so fantastic as well. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla, put it on in the old mixture. And if you wanted to throw it over the top a little bit, you could add a little bit of almond extract. I didn't do it in this recipe, but you can do that as well if you'd like. Now we're going to bring this to a simmer. With frozen berries, it might take a little bit longer. If you're using fresh berries, it'll come to a simmer a little bit quicker. So we're going to bring this to a simmer. Once it starts to simmer, we're going to go ahead and reduce this for 8 minutes. Let it reduce down a little bit, get all those flavors well incorporated. Let it bring out that wonderful star anise, that cinnamon. Fantastic. Okay, so while this is simmering down, we're going to put together our thickening agent. We're going to use cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch with 1/4 cup of water. We're going to go ahead and put this together to make a cornstarch slurry. Say that 10 times. You're going to want to add the water to the cornstarch and then grab a small spoon and start to stir it all together. Get this mixed up really well. And a word to the wise, definitely do not just take cornstarch and dump it into the sauce. The cornstarch, if you dump it directly into that hot sauce, it will lump up, and oh my goodness, your deliciously sweet, decadent port cherry sauce will be absolutely ruined. So definitely don't just dump in cornstarch. The cornstarch slurry is definitely the way to go. Alright, so now it's been 8 minutes. Time to pull out that rod and reel, do a little fishing, fish out that cinnamon and that star anise. Now if you wanted to use ground cinnamon or ground anise, you can use that as well. 1/4 of a teaspoon of each should be perfectly fine. We're still over medium heat here, and we're going to go ahead and throw in our cornstarch slurry. We're going to throw in the thickening agent, pour it on in, give it a little bit of a mix, make sure that it's well incorporated. What you need to do is you need to bring this back to a nice simmer or a nice boil. Once it starts to boil a little bit, it's going to activate that cornstarch, which will start to thicken up this sauce nicely. Alright, so now it's starting to simmer a little bit, starting to boil. That cornstarch is starting to activate. You can see it's starting to get nice and thick. It's coming together really nicely. When the sauce reaches the desired thickness, go ahead and turn off that heat, take it off the burner. This happens fairly quickly. It's roughly less than a minute. And there you go, my friends, an absolutely delicious cherry port sauce. Throw this on your dessert of choice, breakfast of choice, or you could just eat it straight. Well, thanks for watching. Please hit that like button, subscribe, leave your comments below, and remember to live, love, and make gravy.